The Tower of Fantasy MMO server is launching globally. It is about freaking time, chat. This right here is, in theory, the version that Tower of Fantasy should have been. Not the gacha crap that it was at release. Like a real, genuine MMO, much like Blue Protocol Star Resonance. You know what? This could actually compete with the Blue Protocol game that exists right now. They're both cross-platform compatible. They're both open, or at the very least segregated worlds, because they're not seamlessly explorable. I think Top's regions are they have loading screens going between each expansion, like each major patch, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, etc. And they're both action games. They're both anime inspired. I think in terms of anime MMOs, they might be like the two anime MMOs to play. Oh, no one's commented on this. Okay, let's take a look at the Reddit thread then. While that's loading, chat, if you have not already, go ahead and join the Gacha Hub, Gacha community over on Twitter. It's the best one you'll find there. We're already approaching 2,000 members. Also join our Gacha community over on Reddit. Warp servers confirmed for global release on November 25th, 2025. You're there? Okay. Was it not considered an MMO before? It was, but it was an MMO gacha. And those are always shit. Because having gacha for characters in an MMO is a terrible design choice. Here's the official status update over on Twitter. Tower Fantasy Warp server coming live on November 25th. Oh my god, that's 2 weeks from now. Yo, I think I'll go back and I think I will genuinely stream it. I will stream day one. MRSSSTIX and I will probably be there. Wait, 25th. Wait, when's Thanksgiving? Okay, maybe, hold on. Thanksgiving 2025 is the 27th. Oh, so I guess maybe I'll have to stream it after Thanksgiving. Not entirely sure. Dear authorizers, to meet the expectations of authorizers for MMO gameplay, the Warp server, featuring a brand new system of progression mechanics, will go live on November 25th with the official release of version 5.5, offering a freer and more authentic adventure in the MMO world. Warp server sneak peek. There are going to be no pools, all weapons giveaway, complete missions to fill the gallery, weapon ascension and matrices removed, easier development than ever. Collect shards to fuse all release appearances such as Simulacrum, Hot, Coaters, and Outfits. Trade system now open, allowing free trade of Simulacrum shards and appearances. Having a trade system, like an actual trade system, actually looks, sounds great. Sounds awesome. I think, in my opinion, trading in an MMO is imperative to my enjoyment, because if I get something that someone else that I play with would like, I like being able to trade that to them, and vice versa. So I think being able to sell gear on, you know, like in the trade district or an auction house or somewhere like that, like, gives so much additional depth to that multiplayer aspect. New season system. Okay, that I don't like. I don't think MMOs will benefit from having a seasonal system. Once Human was a phenomenal game. Everyone loved it. After the first season ended and a new season started, the game dropped drastically in terms of concurrent players. Everyone decided they weren't interested in playing a, you know, like a third-person MMO shooter with an active seasonal system. Player-controlled trading is one of the most important pillars in an MMO. I agree. We should give our Lord and Savior STIX Lord loot with that trading system. Exactly. Y'all are gonna have to log in with me, play with me, join our guild, and as long as it doesn't suck, feed all your loot to Papa STIX. Exactly. Trading with premium currency tends to be effed up in every MMO except in Guild Wars 2. Somehow they keep trading good there. New crew base where you can exchange shards and interact with others. So like a guild hall. That actually sounds really cool. Wait, equipment ascension removed. More fun and strategic depth in long-term development. I mean, that sounds good, except for having to do that at the beginning of every new season. I don't like seasons. New crew GVE activities help beginners catch up and integrate. 6 new life classes. The Explorer, the Cook, the Forger, etc. Enjoy the casual gameplay. I mean, that sounds cool. I think life classes are gonna open the game up to a lot more casual players. For more details about the Warp server, stay tuned to our upcoming official announcements. Okay, follow us and repost is supposed to participate in the draw. You get a Nintendo Switch, a $10 gift card for Amazon, 300 Dark Crystals. Okay, so ultimately, I think this is a very cool update that offers a lot that will help improve the game overall and open it up to a demographic that wanted this kind of game initially. but ultimately didn't get it because it's a version without gacha, which means that which means FOMO isn't really going to be there. You're not going to have to worry about predatory business practices. You're not going to have to worry about pulling for new characters every other week. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. I hope there's no time gate, because I hate the time gate in Sword of Justice. I hate the time gate in Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Games don't need a fucking time gate. The absence of a time gate is actually that much better. Why was Once Human bad? No, Once Human was actually very good. It's that people realized that the seasonal servers were a thing after the first season ended and the new season started, and that they lost certain parts of the game, like things that they had worked towards, and it was reset, and they were just like, nope, I'm out, bye. Has the same clunky gameplay it had before. That is true. That is true. The gameplay is definitely vastly inferior to the games that are available now, like Wuwa, like Zenless, like Ananta, like Neverness, Whoeverness, like Arctites Enfield, like Azure Primelia. So at the same time, them not altering the actual gameplay, like the fluidity of the movement or the combat, really in any capacity, is still going to provide us with that initially kind of cumbersome, clunky game that was there at release. It is still there now, but I think this is still a vastly improved version. It's definitely going to have some issues. I hope that they've ironed out with the Chinese server all the issues that are going to arise with global, because we don't need another 1.0. People hate losing progress. Exactly. That is 100% it. People want to work towards a goal, and then they want to be rewarded after achieving the goal. They don't want to be rewarded after achieving the goal and then shortly after have everything reset and then have to work towards the same goal that they had already achieved. Some people do like it, but a lot of players, gacha players and MMO players don't. Not FOMO on character, but FOMO for other stuff though, like DNA with their thing and Psyche. I don't know if they're gonna add to the store after the theater. I mean, yeah, they could have FOMO and other things, definitely. Definitely give it a shot. Yeah, if they do, I don't know, man. If they have the original story too, that's still going to be a vast deterrent to players. I think just overhauling like the core aspects of the game aren't enough. I think you also need to drastically alter the 1.0 story and 2.0 story, and also improve the gameplay. That, coupled with all these additional features that have been detailed in the previous videos I've done when I've looked at the previous articles that were revealed, could make for a much better game. But I mean, we'll see. Either way, I'll either be streaming on November 25th or after Thanksgiving, one of the two, and we'll take it for a test drive and see if it's any good or not. I take myself as I have little time to spend gaming. If I lose progress, I'm out. Yeah, same here. 100%. I play maybe like a couple hours worth of video games per week in my own time, but I keep up to date with all the gacha games I play. Like, I do all the events in Nikkei, I do all the stuff in Chaos Zero Nightmare, I do all the stuff in Arc Knights, I do all the stuff in Wuthering Waves, and then I just kind of do them daily as part of my work, and then I play other games for fun a couple hours a week. You'll try the Warp server? Yeah, same here. No point in not. Like, just try it. It's free. I hate the loot treadmill. I know how you feel. No, I completely agree. Like I said, if they overhaul the clunky gameplay, if they overhaul the story and everything and make it a more coherent experience, it'll ultimately do a lot better. Definitely. Needs a Final Fantasy XIV treatment. That would be really good if they did. I remember trying TOF shortly after launch. The story was so bad. The optimization on phones was garbage. I dropped out after 2 days of playing. I know. Like, one thing I've repeatedly stated about Tower Fantasy is the story is bad. I played the story in 1.0. I played some of the 2.0 story. I played some of the 3.0 story, which actually did start to improve when you went to Domain 9. But, I mean, maybe in what, like 5.4 or 5.5 now, maybe the story's a lot better. I don't know. Who knows? If TOF doesn't fire the old community managers and staff, then TOF will be ass content creator-wise and unresponsive community managers. I have no idea. I just know the community manager for Global, and he's the one that sorted out my sponsorships at Gamescom and at Tokyo Game Show. So we talked to him for quite a bit. He's the one that got me in communication with the producer. So that was really cool. He is a very, very cool guy. And not only him, but the two chicks that were with him. We actually met one of the girls that were with him at TGS. She was there, not for the booth. She went there of her own free will, like not as work, and she saw us. She saw Brax, myself, Ryuku Sensei, and Gacha Smack and Mrs. STIX at TGS, and she's like, STIX! And I was like, is someone calling my name? And then she was like, hello! And I was like, hi. I had no idea who she was. And she's like, it's so nice meeting you here. And I was like, you too. And she's like, don't you recognize me? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm wearing makeup today. And I was like, she's like, I was at Gamescom. I was one of the people that you were dealing with at Gamescom for your sponsored appearance. And I was like, oh shit, I recognize you now. And I was like, you were the chick that took our bags from us and was like, I'll hold them, don't worry. And I felt bad about that. And she's like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, hey. So we chatted for a bit and she's like, oh, it's so cool being at TGS. Just random and awkward. It was fine. It was fine. It was funny. It was funny. But we all talked for a little bit. And, you know, we discussed Neverness. We discussed Ananta. We discussed Azure Pavilion, Arc Knight's Enfield. Because she was there not, you know, as an employee of Hada. She was there just to have fun at the convention. And she's like, yo, I have been at all these different booths and they're all so beautiful and they're all so big and she's like, all the games are so much fun. Probably he's one of the few new guys because the old guy was ass. And I mean, maybe, I don't know, Rasa. And yeah, so that was really cool. She was like the most level-headed, normal human being, and I appreciated that. So that was my experience with, I mean, my experience with all the different staff members that I've met that are connected to Neverness to Everness have been really, really positive. So again, I've not worked with anyone in the TOF community since launch when I turned down their original sponsor. The original Tower of Fantasy sponsor chat was this one. So this is the sponsor I actually turned down because they wanted the entire thing to be pre-scripted and pre-recorded and to essentially control the entire narrative and the direction of it, everything I said. They were going to give me an entire script for me to read, and yeah, that just I was like, nah, I'm good. We went back and forth. I asked them to, you know, some questions, and I didn't vibe with it. I don't like being restricted. I don't like being controlled. I want to be able to say what I want in a sponsored video. So this was essentially going to be a sponsor where I was going to be one of two hosts for the launch, and you know, because I was going to be one of the hosts for the launch, they wanted to control every minute of it. Like minute 1, you can see here, 1 minute, players embark together on your fantasy adventure, self intro, greetings, face cam, blah blah blah, as it goes on. They had this entire like minute by minute, and I was like, nah, that always feels so fake. Yeah, so that was a no for me. And after that, I've been reached out to for another sponsor for Tower of Fantasy, and I was just like, nah, I'm good, man. But that was the moment I decided I wouldn't work with Tower of Fantasy ever. And Neverness, Whoeverness, on the other hand, they are very different. Whoever's in charge of the content creator, you know, side of things, very different. Alpha move as always. It's not about the money. Reputation is on the line and people have genuine content. Yep, that's true. I've turned down so many opportunities, chat, so many, like tens of thousands repeatedly, because I don't want to cover different games. Like Raid Shadow Legends, they offered me 15 grand and they continue to offer me, I think the most recent one they were willing to offer, I think it was like $30,000 to $40,000, but you needed to make a dedicated Raid Shadow Legends channel, and they wanted 3 Raid Shadow Legends videos uploaded every day for 3 months. They're willing to pay like 30 to 40 grand for that. But that equated to 90 videos per month or 270 Raid Shadow Legends videos in total. So I was like, I'm good, man. Nah, nah, I'm good. Sponsors did where you had the freedom to do what you want are good. Appreciate that. You never trust Raid or anyone who did the Raid promo. Yep. Become the page shielding legend. I can't do that, man. Nope. I can't do it. No one will ever take me seriously. Oh, goddamn. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.